Alright, well, I'm gonna probably expose myself on this one. How do I start this video? Goth girls question mark? No, that's horrible. So for this video, I was inspired by the YouTuber Emery Chew. I found her videos about like 2 years back. My first semester of college, I was kind of bored one day inside Zoom University, and I came across some videos. I think the video series is just how childhood crushes. I think it was like part 3 or something. And basically where she kind of rambled with her friends on fictional crushes from their childhood. So that kind of made sense for me because I had quite a bit, because some of these cartoons, man, knocked me off my feet, I swear. Regardless, I'm no stranger to young love. Now, I did not get that much, but I fell in love quite fast, and especially fast with these fictional characters, these fictional goth women. So like many young boys, I had crushes at school, and like said young boys, I was always scared to talk to these girls. Truth be told, I was a late bloomer. I had very few flings in high school. I had like 2 girlfriends, I believe, but I don't really count those. I did not go on a proper date until I was about like 18 years old, which is pretty sad for some people, but I'm pretty sure that's kind of normal for Gen Z because we're, just lonely people. It's been 1 whole year of dating, and I started to notice that I have a type. Now, this type was very prevalent through my childhood, and it's not what you think. No, it's not goth women. Yes, I do like them sometimes, but it's not the aesthetic. It's inside that counts, okay? The type kind of rose up when I started to notice a pattern through the women I was dating were very similar to the girls that I liked when I was younger. And like Papa Freud has said, everything originates from the childhood. Sorry, bro. We all got trauma. It's probably not that deep, though. I try to make things deep, more like fake deep. I think these fictional goth girls just had me blushing, and it's kind of it. That's just kind of the whole story. But let's get into it.
Oh, watch it, will you? Sorry, are your parents home? No, they went out.
Alright, the first character. So, when I was in the 4th grade, I had a crush on Yumi Ishiyama from the cartoon Code Lyoko. Now, Code Lyoko is kind of a niche show. I don't blame you for not knowing what Code Lyoko is. Not gonna lie, it wasn't that great. Nobody that I know has watched it except I think like 1 guy I know. So to sum it up, Code Lyoko basically was a show about a group of kids at some boarding school. So I guess it's like where they live on campus, who find this supercomputer and fight this virus that can spawn monsters inside the game, but like the virus seeps into real life and causes problems inside the real world. Now, it's a cool concept, but in retrospect, the show did not hold up well. And I think that's mainly because the show was originally made in French, and we know when a show is dubbed, it's usually not as good. It's usually pretty horrible.
Tell me what's bothering you.
I promise you that everything's just fine. You saw my last report card. It was great, so why worry about me?
But yeah, the show was basically just, it was like half cartoon and then half CGI cartoon. It was kind of weird. But Yumi just caught my heart, man. I think I was maybe like 8. Had me rolling, dude. So Yumi was the character who was slightly older. I think she was like a freshman, while like the group of boys she hung around with were in like the 7th or 8th grade. And she was pretty bossy, and that kind of translated to like the girls that I dated in high school, and just like the past year were pretty bossy. Makes sense. God, I'm exposing myself to the highest degree for this video. So she wore a black sweater, black jeans, black boots, and had black hair, and she was kind of pale. So she fit that sort of goth girl in class. And so now I think of it, no wonder why that I had this type throughout my childhood, especially the girls with pale skin and short hair. It's her fault. She's to blame. She's the culprit. Regardless, she was kind of like the character that was really nonchalant, which which I tended to go for some reason. It was sort of just like the girl that didn't really care about things, but at the same time she was like very loving, which makes no sense. She was also the first tomboy character that I found in shows, because she hung out with all guys, and she didn't really get along with like the main girls, which that sounds freaking cringe. And she was quite the fighter inside the video game, at least. And so I guess I was attracted to tomboys, which, you know, sounds kind of weird. That's really sus, actually, saying that now. But when I was younger, I kind of just wanted a girl that would be like friends with me, and, you know, would just hang out with me, because, you know, it's when you're a young 4th grader, you don't really think of, you know, dates or anything. You just think of hanging out with some girl that you just like sort of like, and you can watch, you know, cartoons with. And that's kind of what I went for. I do remember I was so lonely, so down bad in freaking 4th grade, that I would talk to Yumi inside my house, like just picture her right next to me and speak to her when she wasn't even there. So I like tell her my problems and stuff. Dude, I have been down bad since day one. But besides that, though, besides being goth, I think she set the standard for women inside my life, because she was bossy, but she was caring. And this sort of came out with the character Ulrich Stern. They sort of had this weird romance going on inside the show. He was a hothead, just like me. I had a really bad temper when I was growing up. And this show was not deep by any means. This show was pretty much just quirky characters and really bad CGI fights. However, there were some scenes of her trying to control his hot-headedness, which I kind of resonated with. And she was always by his side, which is what I really liked. So yeah, so consensus for Yumi. She's to blame for my obsession, and I was down bad. Kind of it. Next one.
Guess not. My name's Karai.
So most people don't know this about me. Thankfully they don't. But, you know, this video is about exposing myself and my nerdy tendencies. I love the Ninja Turtles. I'm a huge fan. Now, I'm not one of those dudes that have, like, you know, whole collections for, like, the books or anything, or figurines. I do have some Legos of them, but that's kind of it. And ninjas were one of my favorite things when I was a kid. But they still kind of are. I've written 2 screenplays about ninja-inspired characters. When I was a kid, I really liked Ninjago, the 9th grade ninja, Ninja Gaiden, which I'm pretty sure is a video game, and of course TMNT. I did not watch Naruto though. Naruto's pretty mid, to be honest. I'm not trying to watch 720 episodes. Stop telling me, please. It's just mid. Sorry, Jevin. The girl that caught my eye was Karai, and she's had many appearances, from the first cartoons to her movie appearances to the Michael Bay film where she was not even a character at all, to now the one relevant one for this video, which was Karai from the 2012 series.
I like them already. Something else is going on. What is it?
She had my heart beating, dude. Like, she was crazy. And that's kind of the point. She was not just a goth girl. Like, despite the fact that she would wear spiky outfits when she wasn't a ninja, or when she would fight the turtles. And she was definitely responsible for my obsession with when women have like the winged eyeliner. That sort of came from her, I'm pretty sure. So she's the culprit for that as well. Come to think of it, I do know a few girls with that. But the main point for her was that she was complicated, and that's kind of what happened. She had this small relationship with Leo, which, I mean, we can't discriminate against some interspecies love, but Karai was quite complex for a show like this. Now, this was the same show that had Greg Sipes screaming. Karai was raised up to be a top-level ninja from the Shredder, and her motivations changed when she met the Turtles and met Splinter, her real father, to actually know the truth. Now, I have dated a few girls from my past who were nothing but trouble.
One of those. Nice going, Leo. You're protecting her? What is wrong with you? She is bad news. No, she's not.
Yeah, I am.
Sure, they're cute and nice, but once our lives kind of mixed, things got really hard. Now, I said that this video might get deep, which it is. We all have a shadow, and that shadow follows us around. When our shadows mix, especially with love, things can get messy really fast. And yes, things get philosophical with me. They just tend to be, especially with the weirdest things, like CGI goth women, I guess. I think my 10-year-old self was attracted to Karai for the reason that she seemed like a disguised damsel in distress. She was a fierce fighter. She beat Leo countless times, but beneath that ninja mask, she was just some confused girl who wanted real love and not the Shredder's stern regime to be the best ninja. Alright, let's stop getting fake deep. Let's go to the last one. Now, you probably thought that this video was just gonna be my crushes from cartoons. Well, I had some more, sadly. When I was younger, I was let to play the PS2 from my father, and I think I was maybe 4 when I started playing video games, and not one game I played was appropriate for my age. I'm pretty sure all the games were rated mature. My mother definitely let my father know this, that I shouldn't be playing these games, but I did. We had GTA San Andreas, classic. We had some samurai game, I forgot, but it was really bloody. And then we had Devil May Cry 3. Now, I played the living shit out of this game. I beat it probably 20 times over when we didn't even have a memory card for the PS2. So I'm out here swinging my sword as Dante, killing some demons. So then this hot chick walks up. My little 5-year-old brain is firing on all 16 cylinders, blushing at my TV, hoping my sister doesn't walk inside the room. And I see her. It's a lady. She got one red eye, one blue eye. She has short spiky hair and some sick moves to kill the demons. 5-year-old me was in love. I guess I was pretty easy back then. My standards were pretty low. So this game had not much story. It had a kind of a plot with like Virgil trying to get Sparta's power. That's kind of it. But to sum up lady, she was meant to be the strong woman sidekick. She was pretty much like the more mature Wild Style before Wild Style was a thing. But lady had this revenge complex. Her father killed her mother, and he wanted to become a demon, so she wanted to kill him because she wanted to kill him for giving her a bad childhood. So I guess that's some daddy issues. That's a yikes, bro. Not gonna lie, she sounded like some girl I've dated before. But regardless, for lady, I'm very unsure how she shaped my dating life. She didn't really have the biggest impact. She was just one of like the main crushes I had through my years. So when I played the first game, Devil May Cry 3, I went back to play 1 and 2. She wasn't in it. So then I played 4, which I had the special edition where she was actually playable, which was great for me. So then she was also in 5 as well, where you get to save her. And you get to see her naked, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, so throughout my whole life, I've just kind of known of her, and I thought she was really attractive. But I guess for lady, I thought it would be really cool to date the girl who was kind of low-key scary and sort of rude. I did meet some girls inside school who were like this, like sort of like that punk rocker girl vibe, where like the girl that does not care too much about things. So I did try that, and it went horribly. These girls were never attracted to me, nor the fact that I couldn't handle them, because they just pushed me to my limits. Man, not to say much about Lady. I sort of hate the drawing I made of her. I kind of rushed it. I clearly don't know how to shade yet, but it's alright. I'll hopefully fix that soon, and hopefully research more about how to shade and, you know, practice that more. But I think Lady was my favorite female character from video games. I don't play too much video games nowadays, if not at all. But so when I do hop on video games, I do play some DMC5. And I did hear some rumors about the 6th game, where she's supposed to be playable with Trish as well, so that's gonna be hype. So for this video, it was basically just me venting about past girlfriends and dating. But if you can notice, I did have a clear type. My type was pretty clear when I was little. It was girls with pale skin, possibly of Asian descent. So that's gonna expose me for sure. Skalia's canceled. I did like girls with short black hair, and just sort of like a style that was nonchalant. But personality wise, was mainly just girls that were really shy, not weird shy, but more like the cool shy, like really mysterious for some reason. Not sure why. This video is weird. I don't really like these girls much anymore. The girls that I tend to that I've talked to recently are not like this. They're possibly better. Let's just say that they're possibly better. But one thing I found out about myself was how these cartoons shape my dating preferences. It seems strange, but that's the truth. So I might make a new video on that, actually. But regardless, I hope you like the video I made and the drawings I made. You can find my Instagram in the description. That's where I post all my art pieces. You can check out the full ones there, and I'll leave some comments. And I think I might make a part 2. We shall see. So not much to say. Yeah, dude, I guess just stay away from goth women. They will ruin your life. Just find a trad wife, and that's it. So like I've said before, know the truth, speak the truth. It's Scalia, signing off.